Hey there, welcome back to the At Home Dive YouTube channel. Fall has came back around again. So today we're going to start diving into some of those fall flavors. And we are going to start with a sweet potato roll. Similar to a traditional pumpkin roll, but just a little bit different. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in. Today we're going to start with the ingredients that make up the filling of the sweet potato roll. And we're only going to be setting these aside to temp up to room temperature. We're going to start with 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And for now, we're simply going to put all these things in a bowl together and let them start coming up to room temperature. Meanwhile, we're going to make the cake and then we'll come back and check on these. Now it's time to make the cake batter itself. We're going to start with 3 eggs that we're going to beat, and then we're going to add in 1 cup of granulated white sugar. We're going to mix together 1 cup of AP flour with 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Then we're going to add in the sweet potato puree. This is 2/3 cups, and here's a clip of us making it. So let's get started. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to take the flour and I'm going to add the spices and the leaveners into it. Now, I'm going to take these and I'm simply going to sift them into the wet mixture. If you have any bits left over, you can go ahead and just press them through with a spoon or anything else flat and dry. That's why we sift it, to make sure everything's nice and even. Now we're going to beat these in until smooth as well. Now that we have the batter totally finished, it's time to get it onto the tray. You can use a standard jelly roll pan for this if you'd like. We're going to use a standard size half sheet tray. As you can see here, I've lined my sheet tray with parchment paper and then sprayed it very heavily with pan spray. You can use butter if you'd like, as long as you get it nice and greased all over. And now it's time that we go into the oven. We're going to leave it in here for hopefully about 15 minutes and come back and check on it. We're at 375 degrees.
A few moments later.
All right, friends, we are back. And as I mentioned, it's been 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and check the cake to make sure that it's finished by doing the simple knife trick. And it does come out clean. So we're going to let this sit for just a few minutes and cool down long enough so that we can handle it to roll it.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So it has been just a couple of minutes and the cake is still really hot, but it is loose enough to handle. So what we're going to do is just grab it by the edges and pull it right off of the tray. Now we're simply going to take the cake and we're going to gently and slowly roll it from one end, leaving the paper on the cake itself. There we are. So we're going to set this aside and let it cool down. The cake is mostly cooled now, so we're going to go ahead and whip together the items to make the icing. So essentially we're just going to take the cream cheese, butter, vanilla, and sugar, and we're going to beat them until smooth. Kind of like a traditional cream cheese icing or buttercream. And it's really that simple. So now we're going to set this aside and go grab our cake. And now the filling, we're just going to throw it right on top, spreading it out quite a bit. Then we're going to spread it all the way closer to the corners. We need to leave about 1 inch all the way around, clean. Notice I did not unfold mine quite all the way. I left one little spot here at the end that was double folded. You can leave that if you'd like, but you don't have to. I left mine so that there's going to be a little bit of space right in the middle where we have cake. Whenever you start to roll it back this time, you're going to do the same exact thing, except as you roll this time, you're going to want to pull the paper off. Now I'm simply going to take plastic film and I'm going to lay it flat on the countertop right behind where we've rolled up the sweet potato roll. I'm going to go 2 rows wide, leaving them about halfway overlapped. That way they do get a good seal and good connection to each other, but it makes it just a little bit wider than if you just had one regular roll. And now I'm going to gently roll the roll back onto the plastic. And I want to make sure that I put it seam side down. Now I'm going to take the plastic film and I'm going to pull it tight right over the top, and I'm going to gently roll it back up together. And when I do this, I'm pressuring right in the middle, and that's going to help make it even because the middle tends to be the widest part, and it's also going to help push the filling to the outside so that you get a nice evenly filled sweet potato roll. Then I'm simply just going to hold the ends of plastic and roll it together, and then fold these underneath, and there we have it. That's going to be our roll. So now I'm going to refrigerate it for 3 hours or overnight, and then we'll come back and check it out.
The following day.
All right, my friends, we are back, and this has had time to sit and set up all the way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unroll it, and then we're going to take us a slice. Where we left the center part folded here is why we have the nice ring in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and take one slice off of it. And there we are, my friends. That's gonna be our sweet potato roll. All right, my friends, so that wraps us up on how to make a sweet potato roll. Comment below and let me know how yours turns out. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe. Make sure you share this one with your friends because holiday season is on us. Have a great day.